Accused of a nearly hour-long standoff at the Hoover Dam has pleaded guilty to terrorism charges. 32-year-old Matthew Wright is accused of barricading himself with an armored vehicle at the Hoover Dam back in 2018. Now, he says the move was in support of a far-right movement. Officers found several weapons and 900 rounds of ammunition in his truck. Wright is set to be sentenced next month.
Disinformation is going viral. The pandemic has given a boost to conspiracy theories like those propagated by QAnon, with its claim that Satan-worshipping pedophile elites are running our lives. Launched 3 years ago in the U.S., QAnon is spreading to Germany as well. Its adherents joined forces with COVID deniers and right-wing extremists at recent protests in front of the Reichstag. Some QAnon supporters on both sides of the Atlantic have been linked to violence. Our title today, QAnon, How Dangerous Are Conspiracy Theories? Felix Sussman, you say in your opening statement that we shouldn't underestimate QAnon's dangers. So spell it out for us, if you would, please. What is the danger here?
Well, if you look at the United States, there have been some murders perpetrated by QAnon believers. There was the murder of a mob underboss in Staten Island in New York by a young man who said that he believed this mob underboss was a secret deep state agent, and he was about to arrest him because that was his mission given to him by Donald Trump. You might debate whether mental health issues might be a big underlying issue here as well, but conspiracy theories pose this danger of motivating people to commit violent acts, even of terrorism.
The FBI says QAnon and their many conspiracy theories are a potential domestic terrorism threat. The North Carolina man who shot up this D.C. pizza restaurant looking for non-existent pedophiles believed in similar theories.
QAnon has transitioned from the online world to the real world, with some believers being charged with violent crimes. The FBI has labeled it as a potential domestic terror threat.
But what danger and harm are we talking about? Well, that brings us to the crux of this issue, how QAnon's misinformation connects to democracy and violence. Well, on violence, here we have the FBI in 2019 saying QAnon is occasionally driving both groups and individual extremists to carry out criminal or violent acts. One man barricaded himself to a bridge near the Hoover Dam with an armoured vehicle. Another shot dead a New York mob boss. He scrawled Q on his hand in court. There are other examples too. Then there's democracy, and in particular QAnon's impact on the US election.
According to the Wall Street Journal, QAnon-related Facebook groups shot up by 600% since the pandemic began. Twitter and Facebook have recently banned thousands of accounts, but for years, social media companies allowed the theory to spread largely untouched. There is even a Reddit group for people to mourn friends and family who have lost themselves to the theory and becomes a so-called member of the QAnon cult. Mike Rothschild, an author and expert on conspiracy theories, says Q continues to post, but it's sporadic.
There have been about 4,700 Q posts over the last two plus years. Q will go silent for a long time, sometimes months, and then post like 50 posts in 2 days.
Let me ask you about QAnon. It is this theory that Democrats are a satanic pedophile ring and that you are the savior of that. Now, can you just once and for all state that that is completely not true and that disavow QAnon in its entirety?
I know nothing about QAnon.
I just told you.
I know very little. You told me, but what you tell me doesn't necessarily make it fact. I hate to say that. I know nothing about it. I do know they are very much against pedophilia. They fight it very hard, but I know nothing about it.
They believe it is a satanic cult run by the deep
state.
state.
The subject. I'll tell you what I do know about. I know about Antifa, and I know about the radical left, and I know how violent they are and how vicious they are, and I know how they're burning down cities run by Democrats, not run by Republicans.
Republican Senator Ben Sasse said, quote, QAnon is nuts, and real leaders call conspiracy theories conspiracy theories.
He may be
Why
right.
not just say it's crazy and not true?
He may be right. I just don't know about QAnon.
You do know.
I don't know. No, I don't know.